Hello students, welcome to the class. Nice to meeting you again. Yesterday we discussed about carbohydrates. In that carbohydrates we discussed about the structure of glucose, the cyclic structures of glucose, all those things. Today we are going to discussing about the fructose. Fructose. Its formula is, it is isomer of glucose, so its formula is C6H12O6. Its formula is C6H12O6. It is also known as fruit sugar because ripe fruit contains this fructose. It is also called as fruit sugar. Again, it also called as levulose. It is also known as levulose. So all these are the names of fructose. Fructose, its formula is C6H12O6. It is also known as fruit sugar. So honey also contains this sugar, fructose. It is the sweetest naturally occurring sugar. Sweetest naturally occurring sugar is fructose. Honey also contains fructose. Ripe fruit contains fructose along with the glucose also fructose. Also known as levulose. Now we have to discuss about the structure of this glucose. Structure. Fructose is a isomer of glucose. Fructose is a isomer of glucose. Means it contains how many carbons? 6 carbons. Glucose has cyclic structure. Glucose have two structures, that is cyclic structure and straight chain structure. Fructose also have the two structures, cyclic structure and straight chain structures. By observing some other reactions, we concluded that fructose have 5 OH groups. Fructose have 5 alcoholic groups, OH groups. Fructose have 5 alcoholic groups, OH groups. Okay. Among these 5 OH groups, 2 OH groups are primary alcoholic group. 2 OH groups are primary alcoholic groups. Remaining OH groups are secondary alcohols. Remaining groups are secondary alcohol. And fructose also contains a ketonic group. Fructose also contains a ketonic group. By observing the stereochemistry of glucose, it is find out that the stereochemistry of C3, C4, C5 carbons of fructose and glucose are same. Stereochemistry of C3, C4, C5 carbon atoms in fructose and in glucose are same. What is meant by stereochemistry of arrangement of atoms around this carbon? Okay. So by knowing this all these facts, we can draw the structure of glucose. First, I am writing the factors. I am writing the most important factors of structure of fructose. It is an isomer of glucose. It is an isomer of glucose. It contains 5 OH group, 5 alcoholic groups. It contains 5 alcoholic groups. 2 alcoholic groups are 2 OH groups. 2 OH groups. 2 OH groups are primary alcohols. 3 OH groups are secondary alcohols. It also contains an carbonyl group at the second carbon and C double bond O group at second carbon and C double bond O group at second carbon. Next, another point. Stereochemistry. Of fructose is same as that of glucose at C3, C4, C5 carbon. So, by observing all these factors, now I am drawing the structure of fructose. How many primary alcoholic groups are there? 2 primary alcoholic groups are there. First one is how many carbons are there? 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there. Among these 6 carbons, 2 are primary alcoholic groups, 2 are primary alcoholic groups. Primary alcoholic groups have to be written, they must be written at the first carbon and at the last carbon. If you place the OH group on the remaining carbons, they become secondary alcohols. So the primary alcohols are present at the first carbon and at the last carbon. So CH2OH, CH2OH. 2 OH groups are completed. Next, what they are saying that it contains a C double bond O group at second carbon. So this is giving the numbering for all these carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the second carbon. This second carbon contains an C double bond O group. This one is also over. Next, how many secondary alcoholic groups are there? 3 secondary alcoholic groups are there. So the remaining carbons are 1, 2, 3. These carbons have the secondary alcoholic groups. So these carbons have the secondary alcoholic groups. How these one contain the secondary alcoholic group? C3, C4, C5 carbons have the same stereochemistry as that of glucose. If you take D-glucose and D-glucose, the OH group is present at the last but one carbon of the right side. For this one also at the right side. For third carbon, look at the structure of glucose. Then you can easily find out this thing. I will draw the structure of glucose, alpha D glucose. So this is glucose structure. this is glucose structure. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, sixth carbon. So second carbon, this is first carbon, this is second carbon. Third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Have the same stereochemistry. 3, 4, 5 have the same stereochemistry as in glucose. That is the thing they are set in this point. So this is the structure of glucose. Okay. Now you have to identify whether glucose behave as a reducing agent. Sorry, the fructose behave as a reducing agent or not. Glucose is a reducing sugar. Glucose is a reducing sugar. Okay, glucose is a reducing sugar due to the presence of aldehyde group. Due to the presence of aldehyde group, glucose is a reducing sugar. Number 1, remember that one. Due to the presence of CHO group, aldehyde group, glucose. You know, glucose contains CHO. I remove that one. Glucose contains CHO group. When CHO is there, the CHO groups are present. When these carbohydrates are treated with mild oxidizing agent, they undergoes oxidation. The other substance undergoes the reduction. So glucose is a reducing agent. Glucose is reducing sugar. Ketones does not undergo oxidation with mild oxidizing agent like Tollens reagent and Fehling solutions and bromine water. So whether fructose contains ketonic group or aldehyde group, it contains the ketonic group. So what is your conclusion? Fructose is not a reducing sugar. That is, you people are thinking like that. Fructose is not a reducing sugar due to the presence of this ketonic group. But in actual cases, fructose also is a reducing sugar. Fructose also is a reducing sugar. It is due to Labrie-van-de-Eckenstein reaction. Okay, look at here. Labrie-de-Bruijn-van-Eckenstein rearrangement. Labrie-de-Bruijn-van-Eckenstein rearrangement. Due to this, even though fructose containing a ketonic group, this fructose behaving as a reducing agent. Fructose behaves as a reducing agent. Why fructose behaves as a reducing agent? Due to the rearrangement. This rearrangement is called Labrie-de-Bruijn-van-Eckenstein rearrangement. Fructose, even though contains a ketonic group, it behaves as a reducing agent. So what is this Labrie-de-Bruijn-van-Eckenstein rearrangement? Okay, you have to remember one of the point. How you are going to distinguish the sugars as reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars? In first class we discussed about the classification. In that class we said sugars are of two types: reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. Reducing sugars are those which reduces Tollens reagent and Fehling solution. Non-reducing sugars are those which does not reduces Tollens reagent and Fehling solution. Okay. So So that is the thing about reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. Aldehyde groups easily undergoes oxidation with Tollens reagent and failing solutions. Hence, aldehydic group containing sugars are reducing agent, are reducing sugars. Ketonic group does not undergoes oxidation easily. Hence, ketonic group containing sugars are considered as non-reducing sugars. Fructose contains the ketonic group. Still it behaving as a reducing sugar because this ketonic group instantaneously rearranges to aldehyde group when Tollens reagent or failing solutions are added. When Tollens reagent is added, this ketonic group instantaneously rearranges to aldehyde group. When it is showing aldehyde group, it behaves as a reducing sugar. Okay, so you have to remember this one. Whether fructose is a reducing sugar or non-reducing sugar, fructose is a reducing sugar even though it contains a ketonic group, ketonic functional group. Due to the Lagrange-Bruand-Mark-Eckenstein rearrangement. So it is a reducing sugar. This is important. Okay. So this is the structure of fructose. And another point is fructose is levorotatory. Fructose is a levorotatory. Fructose is a levorotatory. Glucose is dextrorotatory. Glucose also have the levorotatory isomer. But generally, what kind of glucose we are seeing? Dextrorotatory glucose. But this fructose is levorotatory. What is dextrorotatory and levorotatory? The molecule which rotates the plane polarized light in clockwise direction are known as dextrorotatory, and the substances which rotates the plane polarized light in anti-clockwise direction are known as the levorotatory. Okay. Next, we have to look at the cyclic structures of this fructose. Like glucose, fructose also have cyclic structures. Fructose also have cyclic structures. Like glucose we have two isomers of glucose, alpha D glucose, beta D glucose. D glucose have two isomers, alpha D glucose, beta D glucose. Similarly, fructose also have two isomers. Fructose also have two isomers, and they are alpha D fructose, beta D fructose. Now this is fructose. In this fructose, the last but one carbon OH group is present at the right side. To denote that one, D is used. Again, this fructose is levorotatory or dextrorotatory? Levorotatory. Hence, to represent that one, I am writing minus sign. D minus fructose. These lines are simply to separate. These icons are simply to separate these. And you write down like this: D minus fructose. D means last but one carbon OH groups are present at the right side. Minus means it is a LiO isomer. Now I am writing its alpha form and beta form. Alpha D fructose and beta D fructose. So alpha D fructose and beta D fructose are the anomers in which stereochemistry of glycosidic bonding forming carbons differs. So I will draw this glycosidic bonding. I will draw the cyclic structure of this glucose first. In the cyclic structure of the fructose, the C2 carbon is bonded with the C5 carbon with a glycosidic bond. C2 carbon is bonded with C5 carbon. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C2 carbon is bonded with C5 carbon. This kind of linkage is known as the glycosidic linkage. So this bonding also called a hemiacetal bonding. Hemiacetal bonding. This is hemiacetal bonding. C2 carbon and C5 carbons are bonded with hemiacetal bonding. In glucose also we see like this. I am now writing the remaining groups H, OH, OH, H, H. So look at here. Here also we have one OH. Now I am writing this thing slightly by moving this side. CH2OH. Here one OH is there. That OH is this one. Now count how many carbons, how many hydrogens, all those things. So how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. Say 6. How many hydrogens? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, H12. How many oxygens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 oxygens. Okay. So this is fructose. In this fructose, I am writing this is a fructose. In this fructose, the hemiacetal bonding forming carbon OH group is present at the right side. To represent that one, alpha is used. So this is alpha. Here the OH group is make a bond with this one. The OH group is present at which side? Right side. So to represent that one, D. Fructose is a LiO rotated. To represent that one, minus. So this is alpha D minus fructose. Now I will draw the beta D minus fructose. So this is, so OH group is present at the left side. So this is beta, D, levorotatory minus fructose. So this is beta D fructose, that is alpha D fructose, this is beta D fructose. Okay. These two are the isomers. All these three are the isomeric forms. This alpha D fructose and beta D fructose are the isomers of this fructose. These are the cyclic structures. This one is the cyclic structures of fructose. This one is the straight chain structure of fructose. Now I am drawing this fructose half of the structure. This fructose half of the structure. In half of the form, this glucose is written as a Furnos ring. 5-membered Furnos ring. Glucose is drawn as a 5-membered Furnos ring. This is called Furnos. This is Furnos. How many members are there? How many atoms are there under the Furnos? Count along with the other atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 atoms. So this is 5-membered Furnos ring. For glucose, 6-membered pyranose ring is drawn. For glucose, 6-membered pyranose ring is drawn. For fructose, 5-membered furanose ring is drawn. For glucose, 6-membered pyranose. This is pyranose. Like this, glucose structure is drawn like this. Look at the before video, like this glucose cyclic structures are drawn in half form. Okay, that is pyranose form for glucose. For fructose, furanose form is there. In furanose form, how many groups are? How many atoms? Furanose is a 5-membered ring. Now I am drawing the furanose structure of fructose. So first I am drawing this furanose form, furanose ring structure. This is the furanose ring structure. So look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. Means the second carbon is bonded with the fifth carbon with a O. Second carbon is bonded with the fifth carbon with a O. So this carbon and this carbon are bonded with O, means this is second carbon and this one is fifth carbon. So 2, 3, 4, 5. This fifth carbon again is bonded with which group? CH2OH. So this is bonded with CH2OH. And this second carbon again bonded with which group? CH2OH. So second carbon is bonded with CH2OH. Fifth carbon also bonded with CH2OH. Now look at these other groups. Here, the OH group is present at the left side or right side? OH group is present at the left side or right side? Look at the OH group. So if OH group is present at the left side, if OH group is present at the left side, they are placed above the plane. If OH group is present on the right side, they have to place below the plane of this structure. So above the plane means, so I am placing this first OH group I am drawing. OH group is present at the left side, so it is placed above the plane. So this is the plane. So you have to imagine that it is a flat 5 moles ring. So this is the plane. OH group is on left side, so it is placed above the plane. The CH2OH group is present on right side, so it is like this. Again come to the third carbon. Here the OH group is present on left side. Left means above the plane. So below the plane H is there. Fourth carbon, this one. This fifth carbon is bonded with CH2OH, and here this is the beta D fructose, beta D minus fructose shown in Haworth structure. Now we try to draw this alpha D fructose in Haworth structure. So now look at it here. OH group is at the right side, so it is placed below the flat structure. This is H2OH. The second carbon. This is the second carbon. Third carbon, H is right side. OH group, fourth carbon. This is fifth carbon, H2OH. And here one hydrogen is present. This. So this is the structure of beta D minus fructose. Okay. So this is the structure of fructose. Just I will tell you all the things once again. Fructose is a fruit sugar. Sweetest naturally occurring sugar is fructose. Honey contains fructose. Fructose also known as labellose. The structure of fructose. Fructose is an isomer of glucose. Fructose contains 5 OH groups. Among those 5 OH groups, 2 are primary alkylic groups, 3 are secondary alkylic groups. The C2 carbon contains the ketonic group. Basing on all these factors, I draw the structure of fructose. This fructose is a reducing sugar, even though it contains ketonic group. It is due to the rearrangement of this group into aldehydic group in presence of Tollens reagent or failing solution. This rearrangement is called Labrie-de van Eckenstein rearrangement. Like glucose, fructose also have the cyclic forms. These are the cyclic forms. One is alpha D fructose, another one is beta D fructose. Fructose is levorotatory. To show that one, this minus sign is used. What are these alpha D fructose and beta D fructose? These alpha D fructose and beta D fructose are known as anomers. Alpha D fructose and beta D fructose are known as the anomers. What is meant by anomer? Anomers are the isomers which differs in the stereochemistry of anomeric carbon. And this carbon cyclic ring structure forming carbon. Okay, that carbon is called the anomeric carbon. If this structure have the OH group at the right side, then it is called dextrorotatory. If this one contains the OH group at the if the OH group is present at the right side, then it is called alpha. If the OH group is present at the left side, then it is called beta. Next, this one and this one are the Hayward form. This is Fischer projection. This structure is called the Fischer projection. Always writing the molecules in Fischer projection is not the convenient one. Hence, Hayward proposes this simple structure. In this simple structure, the same group, the same fructose molecule is represented as a Furanose ring. The groups which are present at the right side of in Fischer projection are placed below the Hayward structure, and the groups which are present at the left side of Fischer projection are placed above in Hayward structure. Okay, so this is about fructose structure. Okay, students, you practice all these structures once again, because they are asking the MCQs. They will give you the structure and they will ask you which one represents beta D fructose, which one represents alpha D fructose, all those things, and they will ask you what is meant by anomeric compound, all those things. Okay, for this session, this is enough. We will discuss the next topic on next session. Okay, thank you.